Welcome to the director's cut of Christian Nutrition, the show where we review every single episode of VeggieTales chronologically. And by we, I mean just me. Before we begin, I think I need to explain something. My hair is due to a Snoodle's tail. I am so stressed out right now, you guys. For the past month, I've been unable to do anything VeggieTales related. I know episodes have gone up, but those were shot a while ago. I have been just deterred from even thinking about VeggieTales for the past month. That's how bad a Snoodle's tail was. Now, I'm not one of those YouTubers that's gonna do a stupid skit and pretend like I'm going to quit YouTube, and you know who you are if you've done it. However, I will let you know that I'm not sure if I can endure much more crap VeggieTales. If we have just a string of bad episodes, we're gonna have to re-review an older episode or something because I can't handle it anymore. Anyways, we're on to Sumo of the Opera, released in August of 2004. Now, we've had 2 bad episodes so far in 2004, and I'm really hoping for a rebound here. But I'm not too sure it's gonna happen. Once again, we have another 50-minute episode. The real question here is, will it be a legit 50 minutes like Easter Carol, or a BS 50 minutes like in a Snoodle's Tale? Let's find out.
Now, Larry won't be with us today. He's helping out some kids at a toy drive.
I am Lutfi, the kindly teensy-weensy cucumber.
This is a terrible way to start the episode. The caterpillar worm thing from Jonah hasn't been funny since maybe one joke in Jonah where he talked about his parents. Other than that, nothing. The caterpillar worm thing, or Lutfi, tells us that he is helping out today in place of Larry. Then immediately after that, Larry calls him, Bob puts him on speakerphone. Larry then explains that he is coming home right now. As it turns out, Larry was going to volunteer somewhere, but that didn't work out due to him getting lost.
You can't quit now.
Perhaps Lutfi can help.
Not now, Lutfi.
Of course Lutfi can help. Just let's skip to the part where Lutfi helps. It's gonna happen.
Lutfi is a great big helper. Lutfi knows his story about perseverance.
You do?
Of course he does. Just let him tell us.
Okay, but make it snappy. I'm down to my last 3 quarters and it's cold out here.
3 quarters? Larry probably has 5 minutes if he's lucky. The Three Stooges? Well, this ought to be good. They're going to move that upright piano up those stairs? Psh, count me out of this one, guys. I'll just watch. I would find another job mañana. Yep, I'm out. We had a good run. It was nice working with all of you. Fine. Andros won't have his way with me.
I'll do my best. Andros won't have his way with me.
Good luck.
The piano must go up.
Mais oui!
Seriously, the peas are awesome. Wee. Seriously, Mr. Nezer owns another company? I'm beginning to lose track.
We've got to have money.
We see the Three Stooges moving the piano up the stairs. They fail to get it up 2 times, causing everyone but Larry to quit. The other 2 end up going and eating ice cream because the ice cream truck just happens to come by. Eventually, Larry gets that piano up those stairs all by himself and delivers it to Madame Blueberry. Now, when she moved out of her treehouse and into this mansion on a hill is beyond me.
The piano is up.
The only funny part of this whole silent movie sketch thing was the peas, which is weird because the Three Stooges are supposed to be funny by themselves. At least that's how I remember it.
What are you grubworms doing?
Getting seconds on lobster.
Seconds? I thought lobster upset your stomach.
I dipped it in pesto bismol.
Oh, you like dipping, eh? Come here.
You guys gonna start that story?
That was a silent movie.
But powerful.
How's he supposed to know what happened? He's on the phone.
Okay, that's a good one. I totally forgot Larry was on the phone, and therefore he wouldn't actually be able to see anything, and all he would actually hear is music and sound effects.
And now it's time for Schoolhouse Polka with Laddie, the part of the show where Laddie comes out and sings a schoolhouse polka.
So, is this not technically a silly song then, or?
Homophones, where the crews come cruising down the plain.
Well then.
Have you found this story yet?
Not yet, Lutfi. Just a few more minutes. Buy me some more time.
And now it is time for Lutfi's fanciful flannelgraph, the part of the show where Lutfi comes out with his fanciful flannelgraph.
Yeah, could we not?
By the color of my clothes and the shamrock in my hand, I bet you are thinking it is St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day? But this released in August. But who cares? St. Patrick's Day is here. Finally, let's celebrate the only way we know how.
Hey guys, it's St. Patrick's Day, and you know what that means? Drinking game. So I'm here to tell you guys about some of my favorite Irish drinking games.
Every holiday is an excuse to get drunk and blatantly sin. That's why my hair is like this. Guys, I said that and I realized it doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to leave it in anyways.
In a country called England, a little baby was born. His name was
St. Patrick.
Did that baby just talk? I must be drunk, but I don't remember drinking anything.
Hold on! You are not old enough to talk. And your name is not yet St. Patrick.
Sorry.
Your name is Maywen Sukat.
Wow, color me impressed. The caterpillar worm thing might actually be onto something here.
Grew up as a normal little boy.
Can I talk now?
Yes. He went to church.
No soccer balls in church?
No soccer balls in church, that's ridiculous. My church has an indoor soccer field. At least I think it's a church and not just a facility where they brainwash us to like soccer. No, it's a church. I think.
And he was kidnapped by pirates.
Wait, that's not normal.
Dude, that is actually awesome. Are all pirates hot? Because if they all look like her, I would love to be kidnapped right now. Let's get that. I'm ready. Please kidnap me. St. Patrick is taken to Ireland and sold into slavery, where his name became...
Pig boy! Feed the pigs, pig boy!
Ah yes, this must be where the alcoholism came into play. After all, he has this really crappy job and that terrible name.
You take a quarter and you spin it on the table, and everybody keeps trying to keep that quarter flicking and going or whatever, and then if it falls, somebody has to chug the beer they're drinking.
And the people there spoke a different language. But we'll make believe everyone spoke English, like Star Trek.
Wow, VeggieTales actually made a direct reference to something. Color me impressed. They passed go and collected $200.
The Druids also did not know about God. They practiced a religion known as paganism. Instead of praying to God, pagans prayed to things like twigs.
Oh, mighty twig, you are powerful and twig-like.
We all must bow to the pig, for clearly it is our master.
And pond scum.
Oh, mighty pond scum, you are powerful and scummy.
These are all ridiculously good examples to show you just how silly paganism is. St. Patrick then begins to pray all the time, apparently up to 100 times a day. But not to the twig or pond scum, but to God. He ends up leaving slavery, no questions asked, don't ask how it happened, and walks 200 miles to the sea. He then teaches his shipmates about God. They go back to England. St. Patrick dreams about going to Ireland after becoming a bishop. I only show you this scene to point out something very interesting. As it turns out, all the people surrounding St. Patrick are actually members of Big Idea. Now that is quite an interesting Easter egg, if I do say so myself.
God is like a shamrock.
Oh, great shamrock! You are powerful!
No.
Big Idea praising a shamrock would make sense in light of some of their more recent episodes.
Because he is three persons in one. He is God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost.
If a kid's show can get this, then why can't adults? It's quite simple. One God, three persons. It's pretty clear.
And so it was that through Patrick, the people of Ireland turned to God.
Then somehow everyone misconstrued this holiday into a holiday about just drinking alcohol and having a good time, and then the tribulation happened. The end.
Found the film. Larry, are you still with us, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still here. But did you hear that story about St. Patrick? That was really cool.
I legitimately agree with Larry, though I'm unsure how he's been on the payphone for so long with only 3 quarters. That's one generous payphone.
1 quarter, Bob. That's all I got.
All right, buddy. Hang on. Roll film!
Wait, you're telling me Larry still has a quarter left? Dang. We are then introduced to sumos and their sumo wrestler champion, who seems to be the character of Goliath, but in a gourd's body. Maybe he's Goliath's brother. That can't be right. These two aren't even in the same age bracket, let alone the same weight range. This is an unfair fight. That carrot's gonna lose every time. I know this because everyone in my veggie fighting circle always bets on the gourd. The carrot never wins, not once.
Apollo Gourd, you have a championship match coming up to celebrate the Year of the Scallion.
Apollo. Scallion.
Would you care to comment on your opponent, Potato?
Rocky, I knew it. I knew it all sounded a bit too familiar.
Hey, Po, look!
Just as effective as Larry Boy. Ooh, need some aloe vera for that burn?
Wait, that's no clown. It's his sparring partner, the Italian Scallion.
Okay, whatever. Let's get this clip out of the way now. Dude, I am so pumped. Hey, Paulie! On a side note, the movie Creed is amazing. Watch it.
Italian Scallion? He's a cucumber. How do you get a name like Italian Scallion?
Very good point. Explain, VeggieTales, explain! We then hear an explanation that Larry was raised with a family of scallions, so he now thinks he is one. Plus, scallion only rhymes with like 5 words, with Italian being the catchiest. Larry accidentally beats Mr. T and becomes the next challenger for the champ. The champ is, of course, Goliath's brother, aka Champion-san, aka Apollo.
But you only have 2 weeks to train. How do you expect to stick to it and see it through to the end?
You could help me. You could be my trainer.
But you gotta promise to do everything I say, no matter how ridiculous it seems at the time. You gotta stick with it and not give up.
Sounds a bit like Karate Kid. Is this going to be a Rocky style montage but with Karate Kid bits? Wax on, wax off. Now Larry is properly ready. It's true though. No athlete is truly prepared without doing a training montage beforehand.
Aren't you going to train for the wrestling match?
Train? To fight Scallion is a pushover. I could beat him in my sleep.
You underestimate Larry, my good friend. I'm gonna call my bookie now and go put all of my money on Larry, because this is telegraphed from a mile away.
Is that you?
Yep, Alexander the Grape. Grand Sumo Champion 3 years running! Before my knee injury, of course.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Oh, and let me point out that this episode came out over 7 years before Skyrim.
Yo, Scallion! Yo, Hadrian.
Yo, Adrian! Larry then explains to Adrian that he has never finished anything, but Adrian's motivation is causing Larry to change his tune. The opera singers then pick on him and tell him that he doesn't even have a fighting chance against Apollo. This causes Larry to come to the ultimate realization that we all must face one day.
I've gotta keep my eye on the tiger.
You know what this means. Training montage number 2. We're really turning into Rocky 4 here.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival, and he's watching us.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I could beat Apollo now.
I'm going to bounce you out.
Go for it.
Them be fighting words, my friend.
I can't believe it! The Italian scallion belly bumped Apollo! Wait! The chap is back up! Did I say unbelievable? That's not big enough! This is inconceivable!
He didn't fall? Inconceivable! You keep using the word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
They both fell out of the ring at the same time! It's a tie! It's a tie!
A tie? Lame! I was hoping for the ending of Rocky 2, not Rocky 1. Since there is a tie, that means Apollo is still the champ. However, Larry does win something. But it's not the tiger bike. It's just the bell. The end.
Oh no, he must have run out of quarters.
Well, he did last nearly 40 minutes on only 75 cents. That's impressive.
I pretty much heard the whole thing. Ran out of quarters right near the end.
How did Larry hear almost all of the story and then get back here in a minute? And then he was the star of the story and he was the star of the polka song. There's so much continuity error here that's blowing my mind.
But I had a great time with the kids, Bob. I helped give away toys, and we had sandwiches, took pictures. You should have seen the look on their faces. It was so cool.
And he still had time to get back here after doing all of that. Maybe my theory about VeggieTales in the house actually being the universe we're in is correct. Maybe the reality is that they just think they're putting on a show up on the countertop, but the reality is they all just live on the kitchen floor. Where the humans are at and why none of them expire, though, is beyond me.
I got right back on the subway, got off at the 81 bus, took that to the 49, grabbed a burrito, got on the 92, hopped 3 more blocks, and I was there.
Wow, sounds complicated.
Just no comment. The caterpillar worm thing killed QWERTY. I knew it was evil. Now how will they get Bible verses?
You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. Hebrews 10:36.
Well, that is one way of doing it, and may I commend thee on picking a great Bible verse.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, kids. Remember, God made you special.
And he loves you very much.
I actually enjoyed the flannel graph way more than I thought I would, though the Three Stooges bit was a little disappointing. And the silly song, or polka song, was, okay. It's really the flannel graph that holds up this half of the episode. That story about St. Patrick actually taught me something. I had no idea he prayed up to 100 times a day. News to me. Plus, it was entertaining. Well, that was Sumo of the Opera, and let me say, it was a huge improvement over A Snoodle's Tale, and definitely an improvement over An Easter Carol. The flannel graph really stole the show here, and I must say that I didn't feel ripped off by the actual main portion of the story, which was Sumo of the Opera. As the final episode of 2004, I would say that Sumo of the Opera single-handedly saves me from telling you not to watch any of the episodes from 2004. But that's all irrelevant now, because our next episode may be the most popular episode since the Generation 1 episodes. That's right, we're reviewing Lord of the Beans, starring Junior. Yes, I said it, starring Junior. Now, I don't hate Junior anymore. In fact, I never really hated him to begin with. I just disliked him a lot. I've grown to accept him. He's not nearly as annoying as he was before, and we've run across even more annoying characters since. But obviously Lord of the Beans is a Lord of the Rings parody, which means the only proper way to review Lord of the Beans is with 3.5 hour reviews covering every single frame of this episode. Oh, and I'll be shooting all of these episodes at 48 frames per second, because if I don't do that, then how would you properly be able to watch this? And mostly just because I can. And also, why make this into just, maybe a 1 episode or a 2-part episode? No, we're making this 3 full-length reviews, 3.5 hours. Why not? Gotta milk that YouTube money out of you guys somehow. Now remember, God made you special, and he loves you very much. Bye.